Got a fun and exciting video today, everyone. Got 4 brand new bottles I've never tried before. Let's give them a fresh crack and see if they're worth the money. All right, welcome back to Capitol Bourbon, everyone. My name is Steven. Welcome to the channel. On today's video, it's something we've never really done before, but something I've been wanting to do for a while now, just simply because I have too many bottles on my shelf behind me that are yet to be opened, that I purchased recently or traded recently here and there throughout the past year or so. And honestly, for me to get through all these bottles and kind of give them a review, a rating, and give them a try and see if they're actually worth it, and to actually just open them up and enjoy them, I want to do a style video like this where I have 4 basically random bottles that I don't really feel like are necessarily worth their own individual review, but are great bottles that I want to try and share for you guys and open on this channel and just see, are they actually worth the money? And if I had the opportunity again, would I buy them again, given what I know now that I'm trying them? So let me know how you guys enjoy this content. I still got plenty of bottles behind me that I need to open so I can make plenty more of these videos. But thinking about doing this maybe once a month or maybe even a weekly type occurrence, maybe with just 2 or 3 bottles instead next time and taking it a little bit slower. But on this video, we got a pretty exciting one. We got 4 great bottles here that are highly recommended from many people and I've been hunting for a while. First one here on the left is a New Riff single barrel. The proof on this guy is coming at 110.3 or 55.15% alcohol by volume. And yeah, you hear a lot of good things about New Riff. They are a newer distillery onto the scene. However, they're making a big splash. Their single barrels I know are fantastic. I've actually tried one before down in Florida. Me and my friends purchased a bottle, but we basically killed the bottle, so it wasn't really worth checking in our luggage just to bring a little bit home with that bottle. I went into DC, found one of these sitting on the shelves for a pretty good price, decided to pick it up. I don't really remember what it tastes like, however, I do remember that it was pretty good for the price point. I believe the MSRP on these bottles is around 50 or 60 bucks on that. And yeah, from what I can remember, it was a fantastic deal for the price point here. And New Riff as a distillery is just releasing a bunch of hitters. I know their 8-year bourbon's fantastic, as well as some of their ryes. All right, and let's keep moving down the line here. Next up, we got the Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye Straight Rye Whiskey, barrel strength, coming in at 117.5 proof or 58.75% alcohol by volume. Batch size on here is 30 barrels and was dumped on April 20th of 2022, 420, go figure that. And this is batch number 4 here. Now I saw a review, I believe by Bourbon Kingdom, and they basically said anything Hard Truth, if you can find that, it's a buy. So when I was in Michigan, I actually found a couple of these. I forgot which ones they were exactly. I know there's a chocolate one and maybe another rye, but I decided to pick up this one as it seems like this is kind of their main go-to rye whiskey that they're releasing now. So yeah, excited to give this one a try. Heard only good things about Hard Truth. And I don't believe this one was that expensive either. Can't remember off the top of my head really, but I believe this one's around $60 or $70, which for a cask strength rye whiskey, it's really not that bad really if you consider the other competition out there, such as Jack Daniel's barrel strength single barrel rye, or the Michter's barrel strength rye even. Next one up here is a legendary bottle. It's a 4 Roses single barrel proof. The recipe on this one here is OBSF. It's aged 11 years, 1 month. It's coming from floor number 1, I believe. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it does say right here 9-1. I believe that's floor number 1, so it's nothing insanely high proof, only 53% alcohol by volume or 106 proof. And for here, OBSF, it does say that OBSF here is mint, fruity, spicy, full-bodied. So I enjoy everything on there, really, besides probably mint, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll give this one a try. Again, 4 Roses, you'll hear every fantastic thing about this one. And I got pretty lucky on this one. Right when I walked into the ABC store, the guy in front of me returned it. Literally 2 seconds later, as he put it down on the table, I picked it up and said I was buying it. So, they made a quick sale and I got lucky trying to find these ones. Our next one here is actually a pretty special bottle. It's an Old Forester single barrel coming at 64.5% alcohol by volume or 129 proof from floor 4 here. And it's a pick actually by my local club, which I'm a part of, which is a Nova Whiskey Club. You can see our little tater sticker here on the back, kind of cool. Put it on, kind of crooked, so forgive me for that. But yeah, excited to try this one. This is my first Old Forester single barrel that I've been hunting for a long time now. I hear a lot of good things about this pick that our club did, and I'm just finally excited to open it up and actually have one of these bottles in my collection. I am a big fan of Old Forester, and I hadn't had one of these before. And the price actually on both these here, the 4 Roses and the Old Forester single barrel, was $99 or $100 each for both of them. So, pretty comparable in that regard. All right, and before we get into the tasting, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That helps the channel grow tremendously. It helps us get to where we want to be at and continue making content for you guys. Also, don't forget to comment down below what type of content you guys are enjoying and want to see more of. I can do pretty much all of it. I am planning to do some more bourbon hunts here this coming weekend, so please stick around for that. That should be an exciting one. All right, and without further ado, let's give each of these bottles a fresh crack, pour it up, and give it a rating. All right, we got all of our glasses poured here. As you can tell, we're using mini Glencairns because I don't want to get too drunk in this video, drinking this much whiskey and that many new bottles. Still the same order as it was in before. To our left here, we got a New Riff Single Barrel, then our Hard Truth, then our Four Roses, and finally, to round it all off, we got Old Forester Single Barrel. Let's start on the left here, see how it is on the nose. New Riff not giving me too much on the nose there, just a cherry, oaky bourbon smell, nothing too special. Yeah, deep, sweet, rich cherry, that's basically what I'm getting on the nose for New Riff. All right, let's give it a shot. Color here is decent, nothing too great, but let's give it a shot. That New Riff Single Barrel is actually surprising. It has a great mouthfeel, kind of like a creamy, velvety texture that you get in a lot more of the higher end rare bottles. The New Riff Single Barrel, to me, kind of has that kind of a sweet, light icing, maybe what you would find on a red velvet cake, or even like in a fruit cake, you know, the kind of custard gel that holds it all together. It kind of tastes like that, kind of a fruity, sweet gel. Let's give it another shot. This is really good so far. I'm getting an extra ripe peach. Kind of peach that's gone a little bit too ripe, a little bit mushy. That's what I'm getting kind of on the flavor here. It's actually really enjoyable. It's pretty sweet. I'm getting a lot of fruit on this one. An insane amount of fruit actually. It's really good. Extremely creamy, extremely velvety on the mouth. Really good. You know, if you didn't tell me this was a New Riff, I would have guessed this is probably a $150, $200 bottle. And again, that creamy, rich mouthfeel is just something so unique that you only get on higher end bottles. Bottles that cost, again, 3 times, 4 times as much. This one is giving me that kind of texture and kind of taste. I'm really enjoying this one. I might even drink it all right now. That's delicious. All right, we can't drink all of that. Let's go on to the next ones here. We got our Hard Truth Rye. Let's see how it is on the nose. Kind of floral, very subtle, very sweet though. It's kind of like a rich sweetness too, like a fine chocolate kind of sweetness. Yeah, although it's not super pungent on the nose and it's not really abundant, not really hitting your nostrils really hard, it smells fantastic. Herbal, floral, really sweet, really delicate. I'm digging the nose here. Let's see, it's light in color, but let's see how it is on the palate. It's sweet, definitely sweetness. You're getting some of that traditional rye spice with a little bit of dill, a little bit of mint, a little bit of herbs. Not too much at all. If you're afraid of rye, definitely don't back down from this one. It's very light and tastes definitely more like a bourbon. It's not as bourbony as the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Rye, which a lot of people enjoy. You're getting a little bit more of that rye there with this Hard Truth, but it's absolutely fantastic. It's sweet, it's soft, it's delicate. Like you're getting on the nose, it transfers to the palate, which I definitely enjoy. That's good. Yeah, it's really sweet. You're getting a lot of that sweetness with that rye there. Kind of reminds me a lot of that new Heaven Hill Grain and Grass Rye, although it's a lot cheaper and you know, it's just as good. I can see why people are raving about Hard Truth and they recommend most of their bottles. This one's pretty good. If their other offerings are nearly as good as this one, then yeah, it's definitely a buy. Yep, and even on the third or fourth taste there, still the same sip as the first. Very good and definitely well worth it there for the price. Our third Glencairn here that we're trying for the night, Four Roses, Single Barrel, OBSF. Let's see how it is on the nose. Okay, yeah, this one's probably the best one on the nose so far. It's just full of sweetness and fruit there. A lot of sweetness is just rushing into your nostrils. Not a lot of ethanol, which is to be expected at only 106 proof. Yeah, you get a lot of oak tans there, just a bunch of rich sweetness on this one. Kind of, you know, it did say on the label there that it is a little bit of mint. I'm getting a little bit of that on the nose. Nothing too strong, but you can kind of see underneath that oak there's a little bit of a mint or herbal smell. Let's see how it is on the palate. Yeah, for me, this one tastes earthy. It tastes almost like you took a handful of grass, you crunched up in a ball and took a little bit of bite of that. Got a little bit of dirt along the way too. You are getting that kind of rich, earthy, kind of hearty taste with this one. It's not nearly as sweet as I thought it would have been compared to the nose. And you're not getting a lot of that oak either. Really just kind of an earthy taste to it. You know, and it makes sense why they say minty. You know, I guess for minty, I kind of think herbally and I kind of think earthy too. So it's definitely along that route. If you enjoy that, this is a pretty good one. Let's give it one more shot. Oaky too. Yeah, in the mid palate and palate, you're getting a lot of oak there as well. Finish is heavy with a lot of oak actually now. Again, proof there, it's not strong at all. And yeah, this one, I'm not getting a bunch of sweetness on the palate. I wish I was getting a little bit of sweetness, a little bit more brown sugar, confectionery sugar, which I thoroughly enjoy. However, on this bottle, this sip, I'm not getting that. Let's give it one more try here before we move on. A little bit more sweetness on that one. You know, maybe I just gotta give this one a little bit more time to open up, let that sweetness go through, maybe some of the oakness and earthiness dissipate. If you like that, this is a great bottle. For me, I'm not a huge fan of that, and for $100, I'm not sure if this one's worth it. Fourth bottle here, we got the Old Forester Single Barrel pick from my club, Nova Whiskey Clubs. Let's see how it is on the nose. It's definitely the darkest of the bunch. Let's see how it is on the nose. Oh wow, this one's cream. I'm getting like a banana kind of Foster's cream from this one. Something I haven't really smelled before ever. So yeah, definitely a vanilla banana cream on this one. Maybe like a cinnamon bun icing that has some vanilla and French toast and bananas in there too. This one smells absolutely fantastic. It's velvety and rich just on the nose. Let's see how it is on the palate. Definitely the highest proof of the bunch. And I'm getting that banana there in the mid palate and the beginning of the palate. Definitely a lot of that banana. Definitely the highest proof. I'm struggling to keep it down a little bit here just because it's highest proof of the bunch, and yeah, it's drinking like 120 plus like it is. I can't get over that nose. The nose on this one's absolutely fantastic. So far, the best of the bunch out of the nose, definitely. Yeah, like a banana Foster. Like a plantain that's been roasted and covered in sugar goodness. It's not super sweet. It's a perfect level of sweetness for me. Nothing that, you know, you feel like it's a dessert, but it's something that's still a treat, and it has that oakiness and a lot of those deep flavors to it as well. This one's fantastic. Let's give it one more. That one's good, but definitely drinks like 129. Every sip I have, it tastes like I'm sipping a little bit on fire, kind of a banana on fire, flamboyant banana, I guess. It's good. It has oakiness. It's rich. It's dark. It's sweet. It has everything going for it, really. The nose is fantastic on this one too. So this one's a winner as well. All right, well, let's go through each of these from left to right, give them a ranking, and see if I would buy this again, and if it's actually worth the price that we paid for each of them. Starting left here, as you probably have guessed already, this new Riff single barrel is absolutely phenomenal. For me, it's honestly hitting up there with the best of them. I got some really good whiskeys behind me. And honestly, if you blend all of them together with this new Riff single barrel, I think this one would beat out a lot of them. So yeah, all in all, given the nose, the palate, the price on this one going for $50, $60 MSRP, I'm gonna rate this one pretty high here. I'm gonna give this one probably a 92, just because it's such a good value for your buck. And I think everyone should have this bottle. You know, there are single barrels, so yours may be different from the one I have, but definitely it's worth a try. I absolutely love this one. I'm falling in love with it, really. It's mind-blowing how much value New Riff is giving you for this single barrel here. Compared to all the bottles behind me, most of them, if not none of them, give you as much value as New Riff is giving right here. The mouthfeel is just fantastic. The taste, the nose, everything about it is fantastic. So yep, I'm sticking with that rating. It's fantastic. Highly recommend this one. Definitely be looking out for more of these even in the future here. Moving on to Hard Truth here. I think it's good. I don't think it's fantastic. I don't think it's as good as some of the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof fries, which I have on the shelf, and I absolutely love those. The nose is pretty good. The nose is pretty fantastic, actually. The nose is good, and the palate is also good. It's nothing fantastic, though. Nothing really standing out. I can name probably a couple of high proof ryes and high ryes behind me that I would prefer over this one. So, you know, Hard Truth is really good. My rating for this one is probably gonna be a 75. I think it's good, definitely above average there, but it's nothing standing out for me. And the price point on it, you know, getting around, I think 50 or 60 bucks. I think it's still providing a good value, but it's not an amazing value. So yeah, I'm giving the Hard Truth here a 75. And would I buy it again? Probably not, just because it's so competitive. The cask strength rye market is so competitive with so many players, Jack Daniel's, Michter's out there, a lot of other ones as well. So I think there's other ones I would pick over this Hard Truth again. But you know, Hard Truth, if they continue down what they're doing, I will sure be picking up a few other products that they have. We'll be giving those ones a shot. I recommend you do the same too. All right, our third one here, Four Roses OBSF. Honestly, this one's a little bit disappointing to me. The nose on this one is okay, but the worst out of the four here so far. And the palate was just not my style. That earthy and not a lot of sweetness there is just something that doesn't really jive with me, especially for the $100 price point and the rarity that these bottles are. So, you know, for this one, I think it's pretty bad in value. I think there's a bunch of other bottles behind me that I could recommend over this Four Roses that I'd rather pick up again next time instead of this one. So for me, I'm gonna give this Four Roses OBSF, the one I have at least, probably a 62, just because I don't vibe with that palate. The nose is okay, and I don't think it's a great value for what it costs, which is, you know, a little bit disappointing because I was really looking excited to this Four Roses. I think the single barrel, not the barrel proof, but the single barrel is well worth the money. I get a lot more brown sugar, a lot more sweetness on that one. And that one costs less than half the price of this one we have here. All right, and our final Glencairn here is Old Forester single barrel, the pick from my club, Nova Whiskey. And you know, the nose on this one is absolutely fantastic. I would say the nose out of these four is the best by far. You get a lot of that banana Foster creamy, velvety richness just on the nose alone. The palate though, it's a little bit lacking. You're kind of getting a lot of that brown sugar, oaky sweetness, but nothing really deep or nothing complex there. It is a little bit hard for me to drink, honestly. I am enjoying it a little bit less because of that. You can tell I probably drank this one the least just because you are getting some of that fire in your throat there and kind of in your chest like the Kentucky Hug. However, it's definitely a good whiskey. If you found that proof, you can definitely pick at some of those deep, complex notes that you are getting on the palate. So for this one, I think it's good. You know, the price point there of $100 I think does knock it down a little bit. Would I buy this one again? Yes, I would buy it again just because the palate there is so good. And again, once you get used to the proof, you're already able to pick at that and actually find the nuances and all the complexities of this one. Given the price point and the rarity of it and everything, I'm gonna give this one an 83, which is solid, definitely well above average there. However, it's not fantastic for the price and for the rarity. This one doesn't really blow my mind away. I think it's above average there, so give it a B rating at 83. I think it's more than fair for this one. Definitely don't regret buying this one, but it's definitely not the most fantastic bottle that I've had in my life. All right, well that does it for today's video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this content. I hope you enjoyed going through each of these fresh cracks with me, giving them a rating and see if I would buy them again. Let me know down below in the comments if you like this style of video, if you want to see me do them again, and how often you would like to see me do these types of videos. If you see any bottles behind me on the shelf that you want me to crack and review, just let me know and I'll be happy to do that. Please stick around for that, and please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.